welcome to our Friday student spotlight call. I'm super excited. We got Elgin Davis on the call here. I won't steal too much of Elgin's thunder. He's just going to take some time with us today and share his story and share the process he went through to start having success in real estate. I know I'm excited to hear about it. So, Elgin, if you don't mind, man, can you share a little bit about yourself, where you live, what you do for a living, and how the heck you chose real estate?
Well, good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, wherever you might be. My name is Elgin Davis. Uh, I was born March 24th, 1959.
So you're 22, 23, right?
67.
Yeah.
I'm in Houston, Texas. I live in Humble right now, but
Okay.
my journey's been a long one. I actually graduated from elementary and high school and college right here in the state of Texas. I
Oh,
graduated from
what?
Prairie View A&M University, sister college to Texas A&M. Yes, I am an Aggie, but I don't
Yeah.
take those jokes all the time because people don't reference that. Uh, got a master's degree in architecture
Nice.
when I graduated. Went into the United States Army and had an 8-year break in service, but I did 25 years and 4 combat tours. During that
Ah,
time, I invested in real estate kind of early on. Bought a couple of duplexes, was managing them. Uh, After a few years, went through a divorce, had to sell the property. Finished up my military career, finished up my civilian career with the state of Texas, where I built prisons, I built chapels, I did large renovation projects on kitchens, anything and everything on the prison. I would get the construction drawings, the specifications, and then I would run the project.
okay.
So I've had literally about 30 years of construction experience, both with Mobile Oil, United States Army, and with Texas Department of Criminal Justice. So after I retired finally in 2013, 2017, I look back at my account and realize I got a lot of money just sitting in the bank, and the bank is lending it out at 18, 17, 18, 19%, and they're making a ton of money on my money, and I ain't making nothing.
Bad problem to have, though. Have just a ton of money sitting around, Awful problem.
Well, I get into real estate. I get back into real estate. I find Rental Property Pro. I find another mentorship program that deals with veterans
Okay.
and SWA. I started learning again. I
I
started
love
going
it.
through the process. I started listening to all the videos, reacclimating myself with all of the acronyms and all of the things that have changed, the things that are happening now, learning about sub two and all the rest of this stuff, things that I kind of already knew, but being refreshed on it and
Yep.
getting around a group of people who are doing what I wanted to do, wanted to get
Yeah.
back in. And coaching and mentorship has been incredible.
I love it.
Let me give a couple of people a shout out to a couple of people on your
Go
team
for
that are just incredible people. Jen is incredible. Tim, Superman Tim,
it.
he is the man. If you want to learn something, you want to understand something practical, he's gonna walk you through it. He's gonna coach you. He's gonna cheerlead you on, but he's gonna also tell you if you barking up the wrong tree. Rob
Yep.
is great too. I've sat down with all of these guys, and when I first started looking for and trying to deal with creative finance, each one of them had gave me a little bit more of what to do and what to look for, and it just kind of built my confidence to make offers
Yeah.
stuff and to go through the process of learning how to review what is a potentially good or bad deal.
Yeah.
And this program will help you. It will get you along that pathway. Go through go through the modules. Listen to the man. He's doing it. He's leading
Yeah,
it.
hey, you heard that my name did not come up in the shout outs. So, Tim, Jen, Rob, they're the ones you want to talk to.
No, that's not true. Uh, in fact, I'm interested in scaling up to apartments because
Yeah.
I watched John. And I saw him look at a really large apartment deal and growing outside of the comfort zone of single family homes. And
Hmm.
now that has my attention while I'm working on two or three different projects that I've done that I've acquired just here in the last couple of months.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, you've obviously always been a student of learning, right? Whether it's in your military career or, when you were doing construction outside of that. And that's just, you thought, hey, I want to get back into this. What's the first thing I need to do? I need to learn a little bit more, right? I need to have someone who's walked that walk already, help build some confidence in me, as you said before. So you just brought up these deals. I know you and I've talked about it in the past, but fill me in. I know you did some interesting like acquisition strategies for these properties. Fill us in on how you put these properties together.
Well, when I first started getting ready to make my offers and everything, I looked at a property local here in Texas, and it was a sub two,
Hmm.
subject two, and I was going to be able to get the owner to hold the mortgage, and I was going to
Hmm.
get this huge property that was had some maintenance that needed to be done to it, and
Hmm.
pool that I needed to make a decision about, but it had an entire another buildable lot on it.
That's
And
great.
I was going to make the offer, and I did make an offer, and I went out to do the inspection on the property, work with it. And rather than calling a home inspector, and not everybody should do this, but I have the skill set for it. I've actually done all of the architectural and civil and structural, mechanical and electrical engineering work through my education. I was able to go out and investigate the property myself.
That's
Realize
great.
realized that there were a number of things that I wanted to go back to the owner and ask them about, and check with the city to determine if the other lot was truly billable. And when I got through running the numbers with both Tim and I think Jen, it didn't make sense. So I backed out. I got my
Great.
earnest money back, no big deal. But I felt good. I was like, okay, so this really works. And so I run into the next one. And this is a duplex through St. Louis, Missouri. Has two Section 8 tenants in it. One is with the city and one is with the county. Uh,
Nice.
I check out the rent rolls and everything there. I check out the property. I have a home inspector to go out there and take a look at it. I get the previous two home inspections on the property. They sent them to
That's
me. I
great.
asked them and they sent them to me to share with me. So I'm able to see all the pictures. I'm able to see what the home inspector said about the property. And without actually physically going to St. Louis, Missouri, I'm able to make a determination about just how good the property is and how
That's
good it
great.
looks, and does it financially work? So yes, I start looking for a DSCR loan, and somehow that doesn't go well or doesn't go through, and I end up switching to a conventional. And so I had the money sitting in my savings account, and I end up putting 20% down.
Love
They
it.
279 for the property originally. I watched it get down to 259, and then I offered 236, and they took it.
Beautiful. Love
And
it. What we call disrespectful offers. We love making disrespectful offers.
yeah, I thought I should have been a little bit more disrespectful,
I
but
know when they accept it immediately, the first thing that happens is goes, no, I should have
I
went
left
lower.
money on
Yep,
the table.
exactly. Yep, I
Yeah,
hear you there.
yeah, you really feel like you left money on the table. But
Yep.
I had been back and forth with him a couple of times, so I was like, okay, I'll take this. I end up getting a mortgage for like 179, and
Okay.
so I go in with immediate equity in the property.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, so I'm going through the process, and in the same process where I'm driving neighborhoods, I'm working on the MLS, looking for other property. I find one in Port Arthur, Texas.
Yeah,
Has a
I remember this one.
has a tenant in it, has a three-car adjacent garage. The house is on pier and beam. I drive down there, look at the property. It's got another buildable lot right next to it. I'm like, oh yeah. I do want to say that I got hosed a little bit. I still make out good on it, but the guy really made about 50, about 30% increase on the property value that he bought it for. So I bought it at a premium, but it's still
All
cash
right.
flowing about $425 a month. And I do have a second lot that I'm able to put another structure on. And I have two or three projects that I want to do on it before I turn it over to a uh, property manager. And
Hmm.
this is something that I do, and I may not recommend it for anybody else, but the first year of ownership of any property I've ever owned, I always manage the property myself. A little bit of a headache, but you get to know the property, you get to
Tell
know the
us,
tenants.
tell us more about that. Why do you do that?
I do that because I want to know what condition the property truly is in. And if
Okay.
I find something that needs to be done, I can finance it with my money without any additional overhead added to it by a property manager.
I love that
I
attitude.
can streamline the cost of making those repairs or making those improvements, and I establish a relationship with the tenants there. I get
Yeah,
to know, are they intending to stay, or am I just fixing this up to rent it out to the next person, or am I making somebody comfortable who is committed to staying for a long-term lease?
I love that. You're a braver soul than I am. That's for sure, Elgin, but it's a good strategy. I like it.
Well, it gives me an opportunity to show them I'm a real person. I'm
Yeah.
not just a landlord in the ether,
Yeah.
you
Makes
know.
total sense.
And then I tell them when I turn it over to a management company that, hey, please go through the management company first. But if you're not getting a response that you think is justifiable to your request, you can send me a text or shoot me a call. And it just
Love
leaves
that.
it leaves a real human touch to it for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. I like that. I like that. Well, there's so much to unpack there. Let's start at the beginning because and this is going to probably sound a little counterintuitive, but I love hearing students say, I thought it was a good deal. I ran my numbers. I got on the phone with a coach or coaches in your situation, and the numbers didn't work, right? You know, it, it's your job to be successful as coaches. It's our job to make sure you don't make like a business ending decision, right? Or a financial ending decision. So I love hearing that, you had that experience where the deal didn't work. You were excited about it, but you found out it didn't work, you walked away from it because probably you couldn't negotiate a better deal and you just moved on to the next one. Right. What were the reasons? Was it just not like you couldn't build on that lot? Was it not financial? Like what held you back from actually moving forward with that deal?
There was problems with the pool. There were problems with some of the work that had been done in the house, and what they were asking for the property. The rent roll in that area was not going to support what I was going
Yep.
to have to pay. And
Makes
I
sense.
met with two or three different real estate agents in that area that were renting out
Love it.
property themselves.
Yep.
I met with the HUD people to determine what kind of list of people looking for that size house were available or were
Yep.
actually, and so it wasn't there. The market was not going to support owning it in the long term because
Yeah.
you're not going to have a stable base of customers that might be looking for your property.
I love it. Yeah, you got outside the box. You did a lot of due diligence, which was great, and then figured out it didn't work. And then so you decided to go like 1,000 miles away, right? To St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, I moved on to the next one. And so funny story about that one is uh the second property that I was looking at in Port Arthur caught up to the first property that I'd made an offer on it. So all of a sudden I've got two of them closing within days of each other. And
That's how it
one
works. Yeah.
One finds out about the other one, and then all of a sudden it's a hiccup, and we got to scramble. So
Yeah.
it took me about a week to finally work through all of that, and I had a closing on the 6th of March and a closing on the 8th or 9th of March. Boom, boom, and
Uh,
100 and some odd $1,000 worth of money gone.
the bank account evaporated quickly, right?
It quickly, very quickly.
Now,
But
now the okay.
I also had something that I had talked with some of the coaches about. I had access to my 401k and my Roth IRA.
Yep.
So there was an opportunity to tap into those and have money come out. And I was 67 years old, so there was no penalty for me taking money out. So
Yep.
if you're working, you're a W-2 employee right now, and you're funding your IRA, definitely be involved in it. Try to maximize what you put into it. Uh, Definitely pay yourself back because in the end, it'll be another opportunity to
Love that.
have something you need be right there when you need it.
Yep. That's great. That's great advice. And the duplex is stabilized. It's cash flowing. There's not a whole lot of work that needs to be done to that. It sounds like that's just chugging along.
Yeah, I'm going to build out the basement, and then
Okay.
I'm going to rent out storage space to the tenants at $100 a month, which is less than what they would pay if they went out and got a 10 by 10 storage somewhere else
Yeah. I love that.
and
Look at
give them
that. Just
both
figuring out
access to
ways
it.
to create more income. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
What they call that, a value add.
Value adds. You got it. I love it. And then this Texas property, are you planning to like fill us in? Like it sounds like there's a lot of opportunity there. Maybe build another property. Like what's the plan there?
My plan is to use my VA
Okay.
eligibility, hire a contractor to go in and build a duplex or a fourplex. And if it's considered HUD, if I'm willing to rent to HUD, 80% AMI, and that may be a new term for those of us who are into single family housing, but
Yeah,
AMI
share it.
is a adjusted medium income. And so
Hmm.
there are different levels. There are three, four different levels. There's 30% AMI, 50% AMI, 80% AMI. And that's somebody who has a HUD voucher and has 80% of the adjusted medium income for what they consider average income in that area can buy your property and buy it at a price that you're selling from, and they're going to have equity immediately in there. Also, if you're willing to rent to somebody who has 50%, in other words, they're pretty close to the poverty level, but you can then go out and ask for help through some of the government programs to see if they will not subsidize your build.
Yep.
Or, or they may even provide you with land at an affordable price for you to build on and develop. So, it's always looking outside the box to see where you can get help, see where you can get money.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. And right now with new construction and new development, there's such a need in this country for affordable housing. Whether it's for everyday individuals or veterans or what have you, that a lot of cities, states offer grants and these programs that you're talking about, Elgin, to support that. I mean, I know I'm getting a tax abatement on the building that I'm building for 10 years. We're getting all of our permits for free. We're getting like $37,000 in grants towards construction. Like, so there's a lot of opportunity out there for sure.
Hey, y'all listen to it. The man's throwing out game. Don't miss that. Uh, there are other opportunities to get into affordable housing and become a developer as well as just purchasing rental property.
Yeah,
Guys know
absolutely,
what they're
man.
doing.
Absolutely. So what's next? Like, we got these properties. What's next in the hopper for you?
Already purchased property number 3 in Beaumont.
Okay, just fill us in. We weren't done with property purchases yet. I don't think I knew about this one. Let's go.
Uh, ran into a third property in Beaumont, which is not more than 35, 40 minutes from Port Arthur. And it was built by someone who wanted to build a two-bedroom, one-bath house, slab on grade,
Yep.
and he closed in part of it, did some things, didn't follow some of the plans and specifications, or
Hmm.
didn't comply with the building code, the Texas building code, and he got shut down. And then he
Ah,
didn't know how to work his way through it. So he sold it to an investor. Those investors didn't know how to get with the city and figure out how to move the project forward. And so they offered it up. And they offered it for 79,000, and then they had dropped it down to 69, and I offered 56. We settled on
wow.
56,000.
I love it, man. That's great. And then what's the plan? Just to get it back up to code, finish the project. That's the plan.
Yep, the plan is to, now that I bought it cash. I'm going to use the money I have that comes in monthly because of my retirements and whatever
Hmm.
else I can peel off from my 401k or my IRA, Roth IRA. And I'm going to hire the contractor to do the labor while I purchase the materials and hold on to the property for the next 3 to 6 months because
Yeah.
I want to be able to market it to the largest group of people. There are some people who might want to put down 3.5% as an FHA mortgage.
Yep.
So they don't have to put down 10% or 20%. The only way you can do that is if you've owned the property, I think 6 months. It's either 3 months or 6 months.
It's 90
So
days. You got to hold it 90 days. Yep.
you got to hold it 90 days. So at least I need to hold on to the property and refurbish it and finish it out over the next 90 days. So I've already hired the architect and the engineer who sealed the drawings. I've met with them. We're going to meet down at the property in the next week or two, as soon as they have clear time on their schedule. We're going to go through all of the changes that I see need to be made, and then I'm going to get the general contractor in there and point out, give me a price for doing this part, and go pull the permits. And we're going to do that. Then I'm going to pay him, and then that part's going to be done. I'm going to do the flooring and then cover it up with like cardboard so that it's protected while we do the rest of it. Have them pull the electrical wiring, redo all the wiring so that it meets code
Yep.
and get set up. And then I'm going to have the HVAC guy come in, and he's going to do his work and pour the slab outside for the compressor unit. And I'm going to put a cage around it so it don't walk away.
Yeah. Nope. We don't like that.
Yeah. uh, and do all of the little parts of it systematically and try and pay it off so that in 90 days to 120 days, I will be completely done at about $135,000 for the property. The property
Like,
is
love it.
ARV at 205.
Oh, that's a deal and a half right there. Those are deals that we dream about. That's beautiful. That's great. So you'll be in it for 135. It'll be about 70,000 in equity. Obviously, get that thing sold. FHA, 3.5% down. That's always your biggest buyer pool, which is beautiful. So you've gone from buying rental properties. We got a development project on our hands. We're doing this fix and flip, right? We got all kinds of things cooking.
Yes, I do.
I love it,
Yes,
man.
I
Well,
do.
congratulations on all this. And then should I ask, is that it? Or is there anything else in the opera?
I'm looking at a 16 unit
Yep,
uh,
he's not done, guys. He's not
uh
done.
a 16 unit apartment project in Mississippi.
Wow.
Individual
Okay.
houses, 16 individual houses on 3.5 acres, and I think they want $2.5 million for it. And I'm starting to do the numbers and
Nice.
get it. But my ultimate goal is to find an apartment building around 80, between 50 and 100 units.
Okay. All right. Well, you're working up to that quick. So much for retirement, Elgin. We are officially unretired at this point.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends go like, are you retired? Because
Uh,
we can't never catch you. You always doing all this other stuff. And
it doesn't sound like
the reason I do all of this, guys, I'm gonna tilt my
Oh,
See,
there we go.
see that?
Yep.
I know they told me to be ready to say what the reason I do all of
Yeah.
what I do is. I have a beautiful wife that supports me. I have seven beautiful grandkids. Four of them have joined the military to follow their mother, their father, and their grandfather in
Wow.
military service. And I want to learn as much as I can about real estate because the old adage says that if somebody comes to you and they're hungry today and you give them a fish, they'll be back tomorrow. They'll be
Yep.
hungry tomorrow. However, if you teach them how to fish, they'll never be hungry another day in their life. And I want to teach my grandkids about real estate at a young age so that they can get into it when no one taught me.
Yeah, I love that. And that's a great why. I mean, that's the strongest why that you can have, right? Family and the people that you love the most. That's what's going to support you. And there's always going to be rough times and ups and downs and whatnots, but it pushes you forward and it gives you a good reason to not be retired anymore.
I'm still
I love
retired.
I'm
I'm
sure.
still
I'm sure.
retired. I still say I'm retired, but I stay busy.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, amazing story, Elgin. Thank you for sharing. If you don't mind, what would you know, obviously you've had a lifetime of experience and still growing and still learning, which I love to hear. For someone who's like looking to start investing in real estate and buy some rental properties, like is there one thing that maybe you wish or two things that maybe wish like someone would have told you when you started out or like pieces of advice that would have helped you along the way that you wish you had?
Get a mentor early, learn about creative financing, learn about ways to finance properties where you don't have to use your own money.
I love
And
that. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, that's for
joint
sure.
ventures are great. Real estate can be a team sport.
100%. There's more than enough properties and success to go around, right?
Yeah. And so use all the tools that are available to you. Like I said, get a mentor, learn how to be able to talk the talk, learn how to be able to be a problem solver for people who own property, and not just hey, I'm here to buy your property. But listen,
Yeah.
I'm here to solve the problem. You're
Yep.
getting out of it for a reason, and I think I can help you.
Yeah, yeah. But as I tell, anyone who's usually working directly with a seller or like having a conversation with a real estate agent, right? Like usually price is not the problem, right? Price is just something that they think they want when really they need something else, right? Whether that's time to stay in the property or, support in getting their next rental and moving in, right? There's always a way that you can solve a problem that's outside of price. And that's how we make deals work a lot of the time.
Yeah, this may help you. Nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care.
Love that. This is just, it's called full of these amazing one-liners, Elgin. You need to write a book, like a coffee table one-liner book. I like this.
My
Oh,
daughter wrote a book. I think I'll leave the writing to her. I'm just gonna try and buy properties.
fair enough. Fair enough. Um, with that said, obviously, you gave shout outs to Jen and Rob and Tim and all the coaches. I mean, for you, what's been the biggest support or the biggest thing that you really enjoyed or gotten the most value out of in Rental Property Pro?
The scheduled training that you've done, it
Okay.
is focused. It gives you practical learning and gives you the opportunity and all of the tools and resources that y'all have
I
uh,
love that.
have been very helpful in giving me the opportunity to move at lightning speed. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know, buying three properties, and this year my goal was to buy four properties for
All
the whole
right. Yeah. And you're three
year.
deep already.
I'm three deep already, and looking at number four, and then I'm going to be like, okay, if I get number four, I'm gonna be like, okay, now what do I do for the rest of the year?
Take your wife on vacation.
I must have said the goal was too small.
Hey, that's okay. We live and learn, right? We live and learn. That's a good goal to overshoot, right? Or to underperform one like that. So that's good.
Hey, y'all, don't be afraid to make offers, work the numbers,
Yeah.
and get out there and go through the looking at the property, looking at what it, what it's going to cost to get it. How can you get it the most cost effective way, and make the offer and make the ridiculous offer. Uh,
Yes.
you keep shooting, you shoot 10 times, you're gonna hit something. Somebody gonna hit you back.
Yep.
And then
Absolutely. Right.
you shoot 10 times, somebody gonna hit you back, and then all of a sudden three people hit you back, and you're going like, oh shit.
Now, well, that's the name of the game, right? Is, 9 out of 10 times you're not going to get that first property you make an offer on, right? The goal is to keep making offers, and it has a snowball effect, right? Someone that you made an offer on 6 months ago calls you back, and it's like, hey, we still haven't sold this house. Does this offer still work, right? And that's how this compounds, right?
That offer worked back then, and
Yeah.
yes, I'm still interested, but we're gonna have to sweeten the pot a little bit because
Yeah,
you're
it's going to be a
pulling
little
me
lower
back.
this.
It's gonna be a little lower.
Yeah, I love that. You have been listening on the trainings. You have been. I like it. Last question for you, Alden. If someone's sitting on the fence for, thinking about joining Rental Property Pro for the community or for the one-on-one coaching or anything like that, any advice to them to push them off the fence on that?
The best time to get involved in mentoring or get involved in purchasing real estate was yesterday. The next
Truth.
best time is right now.
I love that.
Get
Yep.
involved. Uh, your money sitting in the bank ain't making no money for you. I can tell you 100% of the time. You need to take your money. There's only two ways that money works for you. Money works only two ways. One, it works for you or it works against you. And as long as you're trading time for money, you're in a losing game and money is working against you. As soon
Yep.
as you can put your money into some kind of asset that's going to grow, appreciate, and compound, you now have your money working for you while you're asleep or while you're doing something else. So find real estate has made more millionaires than anything else.
Yep. Sage words right there. I love that. And yeah, I mean, if we want something different for our lives, right, than what we have right now, we're going to have to do something different than we've ever done before, right? We're going to have to get uncomfortable. We're going to have to, like you said, make the offers, go do the construction repair estimate, right? Like, yeah, we've 95% of people have never done that before, right? But we have to do it in order to get a different result. And I love that thought. Final words, go for it, Algin. What do we
Final
got?
words. I do real estate a lot the old-fashioned way, and I know that may sound counterproductive to what everybody else might be doing. They're doing the virtual assistant. They're scouring all other kind of sites and finding leads on people who have property that they done got it between somebody that died or something else. I drive Uber part-time.
Of course you do. Of
I
course you do.
drive around and look at different neighborhoods, and when I'm picking people up and dropping people off, I'm driving by houses that are showing depreciation, showing grass overgrown, showing uh, broken windows and stuff like that. I'm writing those
Hmm.
numbers down, those addresses, and I'm taking pictures of it. Then I'm looking to see what the rest of the neighborhood looks like and if I want to invest here. It's
I
kind of
love
old
it.
fashioned, but somebody, I think Rob told me it was like driving for dollars or something.
Yep, driving for dollars. You got it. Absolutely. And that is old school, but it obviously works because you're obviously having success, which is amazing. And for as much technology as there is out there right now, real estate's still a relationship game, right? You still have to pick up the phone, make a phone call, make a friend, in order to get the deal done, right? And, it's funny, the last two deals, that my fiance and I did, both times, right? It's like the agents that we were making offers on, like they called us back after kind of like highest and best was due, and they were like, "Hey, because of your reputation, because of, us having conversations and us talking as much as we did through the transaction, you weren't the highest offer, but you got the deal, right? So, you just got to put yourself out there."
Amen.
Absolutely, man. Well,
Hey,
Elgin, it has been a freaking pleasure. Thank you. Yeah, raise your roof. I know you're a busy man. You got stuff to do. But thank you for taking the time and hanging out with us today and sharing. And I'm loving all this success. Keep me in the loop on this, what, 16 unit single family home development you got going on. Let's see if you need some help and support on that. Let us know.
I'm going to because once I see it, like I said earlier, I'm stepping outside of the normal box of what I've
Yep.
already learned in the program, and I'm following you,
Yeah,
looking
let's
at
do it.
bigger deals.
Let's do it. Well, keep me in the loop. I'd love to chat through it with you or help you on the deal analysis if you need it. And have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy it. Hopefully, you get to spend some time with your family and you're not analyzing deals all weekend long or driving Uber. All right.
Will
I
do.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Hey,
you're getting all the love in the comments as well. Lester said, thanks. You're an inspiration and your leadership. Absolutely, man. We're happy to do these calls, brother.
hey man, I appreciate it. All of y'all do wonderful things too. I see y'all doing things, and y'all spurred me on to just make sure that I kept pushing, and then it all happened. And now
Did.
here I am. I'm sharing my story, and I can't wait to see all of y'all be in this same spot, sharing your successes as well.
Yeah,
But as,
absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
as a community, let's kill it.
Yep. As a community, there's more than enough deals to go around. Let's support and help each other. And Elgin, thank you very much, sir. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
See you guys.